Godfrey Gao. Recibe un aplauso para él, por favor.
Hola, hola.
Hola, hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Kevin Zegers. También a Jamie Campbell Bauer. Lily Collins. Guys, welcome to Mexico.
Yeah, I went out and I went to the Garibaldi Square the other day. Yeah, I got myself a mariachi band. That was wicked. So much fun. We had a lovely dinner last night as well, didn't we?
We did. I saw video footage of the mariachi band. I was quite jealous I didn't join in on that.
Started dancing with an old Mexican lady. It was lovely.
It was amazing. Yeah, we had a lovely dinner last night. We haven't been here that long yet, so hopefully we'll get more time. Kevin, I've seen some tweets of Mexican food. What can you tell us about
Yeah, well, that was room service from them. So
what about the food?
We got in last night, so I wasn't able to join them for dinner, but I think we're going out tonight.
We are going out tonight.
I don't know where, but the room service at the St. Regis was fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I actually got introduced to the Mortar Instruments by a casting call. So I was filming in China back then, and I was introduced to Magnus Bay, and I was very interested in this character and the whole series. So I went to purchase the books myself in Asia, and it was really hard to find, by the way. And I just read the books, and I became a fan of it. And here I am doing a press interview in Mexico, so it's a really good opportunity for me, and I just love the whole series, and the movie's awesome.
Filming something else in Canada, and I read the script about a year prior. The film took a while to make, a few years I think from now, yeah, for Lily. So I met with Harold and we read a scene, I flew in, and it happened very quickly. I hadn't read the books, I literally just had time to read the script on the plane. But before we started shooting, I read the first book, and we're shooting the second film in 3 weeks.
Yes, sir. I was in Los Angeles 2.5 years ago for pilot season, doing the rounds as one does, and I got a phone call asking if I would like to go in and audition for a film called The Mortal Instruments, and I said absolutely. I got the sides, and the sides mentioned this character Jace, and it described him as a cross between Jim Morrison and Spider-Man. And I was immediately drawn to it. I was like, I love this is awesome. I didn't really expect anything, like I sort of expected a no, as you always do in these things, so sort of just left it. And then I got a call saying that they'd like me to go and camera test with Miss Collins next to me. So upon getting that phone call, I read the first 3 books, immersed myself in the world.
I was a huge fan of the books before I was cast. I found one of the series in a bookshop, read it, became obsessed, and heard they were making it into a movie. So I made phone calls and emails to my agents asking how to get involved. And it actually turned out that they approached me about the role. So it kind of organically happened. So I didn't have to audition, which is a weird thing. It's very lovely. Very lovely, but very strange. Yeah, that was 3 years ago. I'm very happy with Clary. I didn't read the books thinking that I would ever even play Clary, so I never envisioned myself playing a character when I read books. So I guess after finding out they were making it into a movie, I couldn't really see myself as anyone but Clary, and if I wasn't cast as Clary, then that was totally fine. I don't know, I associate a lot of characteristics with Clary and myself, and there were lots of things that I felt I could learn from her. But I've always said that if they were to allow me to play a guy, I'd like to play Magnus. But Godfrey, obviously.
I mean, we did Comic-Con and WonderCon, which were crazy. But we went on a mall tour in the United States where, you know, you just show up at the mall.
Hope that people show
and
up.
hope that people show up. And we were sort of shocked at how, you know, it was hundreds and hundreds of people. Some of them had, you know, slept overnight at these malls. And it was surprising, I think, to all of us how passionate these fans were. And so, yeah, girls fainting in front of this guy. Truly.
I have that effect on people.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, my first experience with the fans was at Comic-Con. You know, and that was my first U.S., like North American press day for me as well. So it was pretty overwhelming, you know, just knowing all the fans that support the series and the movie. And it was just so nice to see all of them, you know, supporting us, and, you know, just to see them excited, to see all of us together, getting autographs, signing posters. You know, they were just so sweet, you know, and the fans are the most important. And I'm just glad that, you know, there's a lot of fans and they all support us.
For me, with this film, with the whole gay storyline, and once you see the film, he's sort of the least sort of prototypically flamboyant gay character that certainly I felt like there was an opportunity to have a character who happens to be gay but not have any of the characteristics that people associate with that. I think if you were to sort of watch the film, there's really not that, if any, moments that you sort of see him walk in and would make the assumption that he was gay, and that was kind of my idea going into it. Speaking to Harold, I just didn't, I think it's disrespectful to the gay community. I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, I mean, certainly we have some stuff to do.
And our motivation for coming to Mexico, well, why not come to Mexico? You know, I've been here before. I came here with my best friend when I was 19 and had the most amazing time. And there's a lot of fans from Mexico, actually. You know, I'm not very active on social media, Twitter and Facebook and all that, but the amount of people that have sent out messages or from around the world, but a lot come from Mexico, and it's amazing to come, like it is to any country, to meet the fans one-on-one. That's what was so amazing, I think, about the North America Mall Tour, is because we've had the most one-on-one interaction with fans. And with all the countries that we've been to recently, just meeting the people that buy the tickets and that are so excited about the story and the characters is the best part about this. And to be able to come to Mexico and do the same thing here with the fans is a blessing, and we're so happy that you've had us. It's not that we chose to come here, it's that you guys welcomed us with open arms, and we're very, very happy and privileged to be here.
You know, that's some of my best memories from working is, you know, the fight scenes where we're all just there, it's like 4 a.m. and we all just done, like tired and wrecked and just like bruised and battered and sweaty and hungry and grumpy and crying and...
But we had a great time.
Yeah, but it's like, and then you get into bed and then you'd be like, I got beat today. I got beat, but I got beat with my best friends, and I got beat with like the coolest people, and that's up for fun, you know. Why do this? Why do this job unless you're gonna have fun with, you know, the people that are around you?
For me, it was taking my pants off in front of the director the first day I got on set. And I had no fight scenes, you know. Mine was all talking and showing my party, showing up at a park without my friends. But it was fun, you know. Just the first day I got on set, I saw Jamie and Lily greeted me with warmth, and I felt the love right there on the spot. I felt like, you know, there was a good family here, and I just felt welcome. And the most exciting stuff for me was, you know, get to perform in my underwear, I guess. That's the only exciting part for my part in the first film.
For me, the training, I like to work out, but when we work for 12 or 13 hours, and it's sort of part of the deal also that you have to train also. So sort of finding the balance of shooting a movie, but also shooting an action movie. So that was probably the hardest thing, was balancing the acting stuff with the fighting and the training and the eating properly stuff, which I'm not great at. Not the eating bit, yeah.
With Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who plays Valentine, and Jamie, was probably the hardest, or the one that I was most anxious about, because without spoiling anything, that's when kind of the big surprise happens. And it's, as a fan myself, reading the books, that's like the ultimate moment of fear and disappointment, and you know, all your emotions kind of culminate into this one moment. And I, as actor, wanted to make every viewer feel the way I felt as the reader. So for me, that was the most emotional.
The character himself is just a flamboyant, like, party animal, and who just doesn't care what he wears, and you know, obviously has beautiful makeup and glitter on, and he dresses well, and that, I think, when the costume and the makeup, all the things put together, you can just feel the power of this character right on spot, and especially being on set with all the vampires and werewolves.
Too simple. I think people, especially with younger audiences, sort of underestimate their ability to understand complicated characters. And, so I didn't feel the need to sort of explain who he was in the first film. You can sort of let the audience figure out whether they like him or don't, or whether they like you as an actor or not. And I think that part of that is what we have to do.
And I saw this as my opportunity to turn around and go, I have cousins who are 15, 16, who are girls. What do they like? They like the damaged rock star, you know? That's why Mick Jagger and people like that for so long have been, you know, have been so popular, and it's why they stand the test of time. And that's what I was into. So for me, I made a mood board of all these artists that I like. James Hetfield. Jason's very aggressive, so I used James Hetfield from Metallica, Kurt Cobain, my friend Ollie, who plays in a band called Bring Me the Horizon. All these guys that are beautiful but damaged, and that's what I saw Jason as. No matter the fact, you know, he's half an angel, he's also half a human, and that's what really interested me about him.
Normal girl from Brooklyn, but actually is a shadow hunter, so she's actually half angel. Just the normal girl. I mean, I didn't emotionally prepare for this role like I may have in other movies, because I wanted to really be genuine in the fact that I was experiencing this craziness with Clary, as any young girl would, as any fan like myself of the books would. I wanted to make her someone that wasn't too superhero-esque, because what's interesting about that? Not much. She's not relatable if she doesn't cry, and she's not vulnerable, and she doesn't break down and isn't confused, because the whole point is that she's going through a midlife crisis. She's going through a teenage crisis.
What the book says as well, you know, is that it's okay to be different. It's okay to feel different in a world that you don't quite understand. I know when I was growing up, and still to this day, feel, you know, sometimes that I'm not right, you know, here, this world. I'm not, like, I feel odd, I feel out of place. And I think that that's what Clary goes through. She's thrown into a new world, and I think that, you know, whether or not it's fantasy, I think we can all relate to that. Stay weird.
Okay.
Síguenos en nuestras redes sociales y suscríbete.
Para más información visita Apple Heading the Blog.